Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. It's Final Fantasy XIV, and we're back. We're back in 14, and I forgot to put on the BGM. There we go. Don't break the illusion. There we go. Welcome back. I'm Adam Wolf. We're back in 14. We're going to continue grinding some levels here. Just going to be a chill night. Playing one of the greatest MMOs ever created. And we're not going to worry about gear. I'm just kind of over with that. I did think about it for a second. I said, you know, I do like one of the raids. The one with the painter. Or the Pictomancer in this case. That's my favorite one. Every other one can kind of just suck it. But that's my favorite one. If I just, like, did that one, like, once a week. I mean, I think I'd be okay with that, but... that's not really efficient. But at the same time, it's like, I really care about efficiency. So, we're gonna go ahead and do this, but before we do, you know what time it is. We gotta say the Pledge of Allegiance because it's our God-given right. It's a very weird exit. Anyway, so, if you would like to join me, please, you can sit or stand, whichever you prefer, just as long as your right hand with this finger, this finger, this finger, this finger, and this finger. Right? Little thumbsy. I like this, or like this. Doesn't really matter. Relax. Either relax, or be mean it. Sturdy. Strong. Just like this country. And put your right hand over your heart. And repeat these words after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'm not gonna lie. All this Battlefield 6 coverage and the Battlefield, just the feeling I'm getting, man. You know, and lately I've been playing a lot of Battlefield 2042. Loving it. Oh, that's so good. Sometimes I just really feel like I should just play Battlefield. You know? Be a Battlefield channel, you know? Maybe not a whole Battlefield channel, but a Battlefield live streamer at least. But earlier, and I'm in the process of, like, working on this documentary. Not me, but I mean watching it. Luke Stevens put out a documentary, essentially, 8.5-hour video on Starfield and its development and all this other stuff. And he put it out last year. And I'm in the process of watching it. I think I'm halfway through. And, you know, he goes from basically the inception of Bethesda all the way up to Starfield's release and all this other stuff. And as he's going through it, he's mentioning Fallout 4, Fallout 76, and Skyrim, and all the Elder Scrolls. And it just makes me want to play those games. Makes me want to play Starfield again, you know? It's just like, damn it, dude. This is why I can't stick to one game. Because I'm always like, I want to play this, I want to play this, I want to play this. Hell, I'd love to play it now, but I'd love to play, you know, Battlefield now, and Starfield, and all these other fields. But we're going to stick to it. We're going to stick to Final Fantasy XIV because it's been a while. I gave myself a little bit of a break, which is fine. Obviously, it's fine. I do what I want. I do what I want. But I think it's about time we get back to it, don't you? But not without some background music. And I'm gonna go... What am I gonna go with? I usually go with the Final Fantasy XV soundtrack. What about the 16 soundtrack? Yeah, let's go 16. Why not? So, we're going to be playing the Bard. Right now, I am level 55. At level 60, I still haven't forgotten. At level 60, we have another set of gear that we can get from... whatchamacallit? Kurthus? Foundation. See? I remembered. So we go to Foundation. I think it's Sundry Splendors might have the gear, I think. We go there, we get our new stuff. We gotta be at level 60 though. Also, we have to have... Right. Elegant Tombstone of Poetics. Right. Which we don't have a lot of. Let's go... it was... I am stretching... We're looking for... I'm blanking on names here. I know I'll remember it when I see it, but I'm trying to... Oh, wait, hold on. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Right? No. Why am I blanking on this? Mordona, there it is. I'm like... Revenant's Toll is what I was trying to think of. Gotta go to Mordona. I don't think I have enough to get... Where am I? Right here. I don't think I have enough to get the rest of the gear that I'm wearing, which is... the Ironworks. I don't think I have enough. Shut up, Sea Cleaner. Ironworks gear. Bard. There we go. Oh, this is just the spell. Oh. Okay, so I need 1,020. And then I'll have the rest of the Ironworks gear. Okay. We're getting pretty close. We have just over 900. Sorry. 925. Let's find out. Got high level. There's 100 there. But that's not what we're going to do. We're going to look for... I can't do these. So it's a Realm Reborn still. We basically have to look for the one that awards the most, I suppose. That's usually what I like to go for. It's either 30, 40, 50. So it probably is the high level. Alright. I got 100 there. That's fine. Average wait time of 9 minutes. And I think... Also, being on a horse as an archer just makes sense. I think... the tombstones you can only get from dungeons. I could be wrong. Also, I don't care who you are. Final Fantasy XVI was an amazing game. I hate the detractors. The people who say it was garbage. I don't even like the people who say 13 was garbage. Like, 13 wasn't my favorite game of the series. Obviously. My favorite was 9. But 13 was by far not the worst game in the entire series. Not by a long shot. I don't even... Personally, for me, there isn't really a bad game. You have to kind of look at each Final Fantasy at face value. And kind of take each one as its own game. You know what I mean? As you should. Leave me. There we go. Each game should be... Yeah, you can't... You can get... Venture coins, whatever that is. I don't know what that's for. Oh, whoa, wait, hold on. What the heck? You can get gear from this crap? Since when? I mean, I can't use any of this, but still. I like to look at each Final Fantasy game at its, you know, for its own merits. And 13 was just such an awesome game. What do you think of the teaser trailer of Battlefield 6? Well, I made a video on it, so you'll have to wait till I put that out. I did a video on Thursday. I didn't finish editing it, so I'll be putting that up this weekend. That is all I'm gonna say. It doesn't... You know what? And that's fine, Broly. That's fine. You don't have to... Not everything is made for everybody, you know what I mean? I've been a... What the heck was that? Look at this. There's actually a... What the heck, dude? This little ledge is just like... Nope, you can't. I've been a Final Fantasy player since, like, 1997, so... It is not for everyone. But damn it, I can't let Jeremy have all the fun playing World of Warcraft, alright? I gotta bring out the superior MMO. Okay. I'm number one on the waiting list. So we're about to get into the donjon. So I'm hoping that this isn't just... that might be just the reward we get for doing it for the first time of the day. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. That's different. Level cap dungeons? Ah, a level 100 dungeon will be selected at random. So, you have to be on your level 100. That's cool. That's a new one. It's still funny that they have guild hests when, like, they stop updating those after level 40. I don't know the point of that. The same thing with the main scenario. That's got 350. That's got 350 for a reward, but it takes a long time. And they stopped doing this after just one scenario because of how long it was. Here's the thing. If they just let us skip the cutscenes in the main scenario quest, like people could vote to skip it, then we would. And more people would play it, but it's just ridiculous. You get 80 there, 120 there. I only need a little bit more to get the last two pieces of the Ironworks gear. Though I'm fairly certain that there are accessories here, too. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. I don't think I have these. Dude, showed just... Huh, it's not sorting them. Alright, well, I already have the earrings. And I have nothing else. Okay, so... Alright, so we've got the aiming, so that makes sense. So that's 280 there. Bracelet is 280. Ring is 280. So we'll have to, well, maybe we'll do the main scenario quest and stuff, or the daily. Just because it's It's 350 points, or Allegan Tomestones. The Trials is nothing. Okay, so a normal raid, but I have to be level 60 for that, so I can't get those there. If this actually is like a constant 100 Tomestones, then... Oh, 14 is absolutely solo-friendly. But, I mean, here's the thing. You can't get more solo-friendly than any of the other entries in Final Fantasy. But I guess it depends on the type of game that you're looking for. If you're looking for a traditional turn-based RPG for a Final Fantasy game, pretty much anything prior to 13, anything prior to 12, because 12 is a little less turn-based. It's more like the system that they had in Final Fantasy XI, which was their first MMO. Anything prior to 12 is traditional turn-based. Final Fantasy VII and a lot of the earlier ones there are like active time battle. Not really turn-based, but active time battle. Turn-based didn't come in until about Final Fantasy X. And then they quickly swapped off of that and went to some other stuff. 13 was... It was turn-based, but it had a system in it where you could swap jobs or classes in the middle of battle to adhere to the battle itself. So kind of just like based on what's happening in the fight you're doing, you would use different jobs to adjust to the situation. Then 13.2 and Lightning Returns both did something different as well. 14 it's a classic MMORPG. 15 was more action RPG. Still kind of... No, it was action RPG. Because you basically would go into battle, you'd hold circle, and your guy would just keep swinging, doing regular attacks until you chose to do something else. I would say that 15 was kind of an amalgamation of action RPG and like Kingdom Hearts style, where you'd still choose abilities on the fly. 16 is the preeminent action RPG in the series. Like they hired people from Platinum Games to work on this game. They got a lot of their ideas probably from the Souls genre. It's more Platinum Games style gameplay though, but it does have some RPG elements. But it's probably the most action RPG that Final Fantasy's ever been. So 16, if action RPGs are your thing, where you're in control of the swings and everything like that, 16's your jam. But 14 is like, it's in my opinion, and it's because I played a whole bunch of different MMOs. I played this, 11, World of Warcraft, Star Wars: The Old Republic a little bit. I can say among all the MMOs that I've played, Final Fantasy XIV is the most complete and, in my personal opinion, the best MMO ever created, just because of the fact that it has everything that you expect in an MMO and then some. So like, say for example, when Destiny came out with the world events or whatever, Final Fantasy kind of took that on. Though to be fair, Final Fantasy XIV came out before, A Realm Reborn came out before Destiny 1. I'm not sure if they had the Fates in the game by then. I can't remember back that far. But if they did, then technically 14 created it. But they got everything. They basically just said, let's take the best of all the MMOs around us and just put it in this one game, and you get Final Fantasy XIV. Though I personally think that the battles are far more epic, just because Final Fantasy has always been one of the few games that really embellishes magic and explosive, like, you know, very colorful attacks and stuff like that. It's just so awesome to witness. Now, I've turned off effects for everybody else but myself, because then it gets a little bit hard to see, you know, the indicators for like bosses and stuff. So you kind of have to minimize that. But 16 sounds more my speed. Might give it a go when I'm done with Wu Chang Fallen Feathers. Oh, I'm so excited about that game, dude. Wu Chang just looks awesome. Nope, don't. Nope. I didn't do anything. That wasn't me. I didn't touch you. Alright, I gotta remember how to play this character because I don't remember. It's been a bit. Or play this class, I should say. But I think if you're a Souls guy, I think 16 will be more your speed. It's not as hard. Okay, 16... It has difficulty settings, I think. If I remember correctly. I gotta play it again. But it's... Think of, like, Devil May Cry inside of Final Fantasy with... You know, depending on the monster that you attack, can be difficult. You know, it has difficulty to it. You just, you know, obviously it depends on the enemy that you fight. Oh, man, he picked too many up. He picked too many. He picked too many. That was really bad. He dragged too many. I don't think, even if the... even if the healer could do it, that's way too many. Yeah, I'm very excited about Wu Chang. So that's out already, right? Because I honestly don't remember the release date for that. Because Killing Floor 3 just came out, so. DMC5 last weekend, and it was an absolute blast. Dude, I can't wait to get on DMC5. I love Devil May Cry. It's sitting over there, sad to say. There's a lot, I mean, there's a lot of games in my backlog that are just sitting over there. Where did that move? As I was watching this documentary that Luke Stevens made about Starfield, it just made me think, I finished Starfield before I finished Fallout 4. Like, I like Fallout. I really like Fallout. It's definitely a great franchise. It's just, I can't believe I finished Starfield ahead of that. And I've had Fallout 4 a lot longer. Do you play on console or PC? So I think is 16 out on PC yet? They might still be working on the port for 16 on the PC. But you see what I mean with just the explosive energy of the abilities and stuff? I'm not even a caster. I'm an archer, but even being an archer, your abilities just are really flashy and it's fun. Without, damn, dude, games are coming out so fast, man. Mage's Ballad, there we go. I was like, I'm trying to remember, what did I want to do? No, you don't. Got him. Oh, wait. That's strength. That's just Disciple of War. It could be useful, but I'm going to pass on that. Because I'm going to get my new gear anyway. I put about 6 hours in. Only issue I have is parry is lock in the skill tree for some weapons. I think that should be quality of life ability. I'm on Xbox. You're on Xbox? Okay. Pretty sure that... Okay, you should be fine. I'm pretty sure 16 came out on Xbox as well. They wanted to get it out on console first. Though, to be fair, they did actually have, like, a timed exclusivity, I think, with PlayStation on that game. So I'm not 100% sure. If it should be out, I think, on Xbox, though. PlayStation and Square Enix have had a... Like, they've had a thing with Final Fantasy for years now. That's why Final Fantasy XIV just came out on Xbox, like, a year or two ago. And it's been out since, like, 2013, so... It was a long-timed exclusive. I don't know if that has to do with PlayStation, or if that was just due to the fact that the Japanese really aren't into Xbox as much. I mean, it's possible that because both companies are Japanese, they kind of have an unspoken rule that they have to... I mean, these two particular companies have an unspoken rule where they have to kind of just, like... I don't know. Come out on their platform or something. I don't know. It's weird. This is bad, because now this guy... Well, I don't think he comes down here. Yeah, okay, he doesn't. We're good. I haven't done this one in a long time. We're actually listening to the soundtrack to 16 right now. But I just love this game just because there's so much to do in it. But here's the thing. I know that there's a story with World of Warcraft, there's a story with Star Wars, there's a story with most MMOs, to be fair. But if you want a legitimate story-driven MMORPG, like, this game is it right here. Right now, they've actually announced that patch 7.3 is coming out in early August, so we're gonna get more story content, probably more more raids, or maybe a new raid, I don't know. But this game is probably one of the most story-driven MMOs I've ever played. That's not even, like, hyperbole. It really is. The focus on the story in this game is so much higher than any of the other MMOs on the market. And it's the key feature. To be fair, the story is excellent. It's actually the best part. The reason why I really play this game is because of the story, because it's so good. The characters are so relatable. They're likable. But it's long. It's a really long story. I mean, just for the base game alone, we're looking at... Well, actually, you can go on to howlongtobeat.com. I actually recommend you take a look at, like, the length of time it takes to finish the story in each of the expansions. I mean, we're talking hundreds of hours. Hundreds. Let me just double check real quick. Is Final Fantasy 16? No. 16. Yeah. So Final Fantasy 16 is on Xbox. I'm assuming you have a Series X. I don't remember the performance on Series X, but on PlayStation, the mode to play in was quality mode, just because the frame rate was more stable and the picture was not absolute garbage. The performance mode on PS5 was just... It didn't really lock into 60 FPS, and it really took a massive quality hit, so... It plays just fine at 30 FPS, but it's... I know it's not ideal for a lot of people. They want their 60 FPS gameplay. And so I'm thinking... I think the Xbox Series X plays a little bit better than the PS5 in that regard in terms of performance. I could be wrong. But... just be aware that you may have to play on the quality mode. But I will say the quality mode, while it looks really good, it also is very responsive and actually, you know, plays really well. So, you know, don't be discouraged by that. The whole reason I play on consoles is because you pick up a game and you play, and it just runs most of the time. Like 90% of the time. 98% of the time. Very small percentage of times when games just are broken. Don't kill ads. Okay. I don't have this one. Ooh. He loves me more than PC players hate console players. Just yeah, I don't understand the... It's really funny because the hate for console from PC players is just... I don't understand the justification for it. I used to play on PC for years. That's good. How many times must we teach you this lesson, old man? Ooh, I leveled up. Nice. I'll give it to the white mage. Not too far away. Ooh, that's not even good. Pass. You know, obviously I grew up with consoles. I played PC games for probably the better part of a decade. And I stopped playing on PC because it just seemed like companies started giving up on proper ports. And it was just one disappointment after another. Yeah, see, that was just for doing the one. Got it. And so it was very frustrating. And I went back to consoles, and I've kind of not looked back. Like, I have my gaming rig right down here, and I have mostly on that computer, I have installed only PC games that are not available on console. Some of them I do have installed, like Dead Island and Dead Island 2, and you know, obviously there are going to be some games that I want to play again. Dead Island 2 is like one of my favorite games, but I swore that on PC I would only install PC games because they're games I can't play on console. If it's a game that's available across the spectrum, I'll buy it on console. If it's a game that's only available on PC, which is very rare these days, I'll buy it on PC and I'll play it on PC. And I do have intentions of playing games on there. I still would like to play through the entirety of StarCraft 1 and 2. I started in Heart of the Swarm with StarCraft 2, and then I kind of just petered off. And I don't have the third expansion for that yet. But, you know, I love my PlayStation, so it's kind of hard for me to just go and play PC. All right, main scenario quest, or main scenario daily. It's gonna take a bit, but if people know what they're doing, we're just gonna run through it. And apparently, there's only an average wait time of 5 minutes. So, let me see. I'm gonna bring up. Let me pause the music real quick. I want to bring up the Digital Foundry coverage. Final Fantasy 16. Okay, so they did. Yeah, so 16 is on PC. All right. Xbox. It doesn't look like they actually... They only have a DF Clips thing. But it didn't look like they actually put out a full-on test of the Xbox Series consoles. Which is unfortunate. I thought they would have done that. But let's see real quick. Let me bring this up. Window capture.
Okay, the next thing that caught our eye at the Xbox Showcase was the reveal of not one but two Final Fantasy games coming to Xbox consoles, one of which was quote-unquote shadow dropped. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, obviously it's out on PlayStation. It's coming to Xbox, which is a delight and a surprise. And that's going to be coming this winter. But Final Fantasy XVI, the more recent game, is actually out now to purchase. And purchase it I did. And Oliver, you took a look at it. So, yeah, I mean,
I actually never saw
schedules
this
at the moment. Question is whether we're going to have time to actually do a full analysis of this. But I think
Which
your
they
first
haven't.
contact with the Xbox version is intriguing enough already.
It's very intriguing, very intriguing. Oftentimes with these console ports to Xbox or PlayStation from another console platform that's extant, we don't expect too much, but this is like throwing me for all kinds of curveballs. So yeah, this is just a quick look. It's not a full review, obviously, but I compared a number of matching shots and a cutscene in the early game across the 5 mode and console variations we have here between PS5, Series S, and Series X, and the results are bizarre. So starting with Series X, it has 2 visual modes, a graphics mode and a frame rate mode, just like PlayStation 5. But the graphics mode has some weird problems relative to PS5. Firstly, the Series X is softer and lower resolution. So in this shot, the PS5 is...
Keep in mind, this is back... This is only a month ago. So these issues may or may not be ironed out. This is just a clip. This is from their Xbox Showcase reaction, which was...
Even in recent history, but...
a month ago. So, I actually was watching this, it looks like. There's Persona 4. Okay, so this is a clip from that segment right here.
At 1440p, roughly. And the Series X is at 1224p or so. So that's a bit of a curious difference.
That's a
Oftentimes we don't
graphics
see
mode.
that big of a resolution divergence between the two consoles, and oftentimes it favors the Series X in these comparisons. But in this case, it's favoring the PS5 by quite a large margin, and it's a lot softer.
That's definitely
Both
a bug.
seem to
It's got to be.
using the TSC-MAA plus FSR1 combo, but the PlayStation 5 version shipped with at launch. But the Xbox version is consistently lower resolution, and you can easily count the stair steps here. There seems to be a contrast difference between the two. I have both consoles set to default brightness in this game with HDR off, limited range capture, but on Xbox the highlights are not as bright and sometimes the shadows are a little bit lifted. It's really weird. There are some other minor visual differences, like some divergences in the grass shadows here, and there are also some issues in some shots where there's a dramatic divergence in the foliage rendering.
You can
where
actually
the
still
Xbox
see it
just
even
kind
in
of
the small
broken
screen
in
here.
some trees and some bushes here, so that's very odd. Just as a sanity check, by the way, I did just like make sure there's nothing wrong with my system or something. I tested Doom the Dark Ages on both consoles. I quickly matched up some shots, and they looked identical in terms of the gamma presentation, the brightness, and the contrast, and all that good stuff. So yeah, just a weird issue with this game apparently. Both of them run the game at 30 FPS without any particular drops. Both PS5 and Series X here generally do run the
So
game at
locked
30
in frame
FPS.
rate for graphics
Then there's
mode.
the frame rate mode, which threw me for even more curveballs. So it's similar, but the resolution difference is even bigger. It's a huge difference. So in this shot, we're going back to this shot. PS5 is 1080p. Series X is 720p. So it's a lot lower.
What?
It's consistently lower throughout the shots I tested.
That means it should run flawlessly at 60 FPS, right? I actually didn't even know that the frame rate mode on PS5 was 1080p. That kind of is sad. I'm not going to lie. I've always been like, okay, if you want to do a proper frame rate mode, just bring down the resolution to 1080p. The PS5 is a 10 teraflop GPU, really solid processor, 16 gigs of RAM, that the whole nine. It should be fine, right? It should be fine to run at 1080p at relatively max settings. Like, I don't understand how it is that my 4.5 teraflop GPU in my tower can run games better at 1080p on relatively high, sometimes a mixture of medium and high settings, and the PS5 can't. Like, we're just looking for 60 FPS. We're not looking for high frame rate here. We're just looking for 60 FPS, and my rig that has a far weaker GPU, granted a dedicated one, but still a far weaker one, can run games better at 60 FPS than my PS5, which is arguably far more powerful, especially in the SSD department. I don't understand how it is that these companies just don't get that. We're not all asking for 120 FPS. My monitor here is capable of 165. The PS5 can't do that, but I don't care. 60 FPS, 120, doesn't matter. I just want 60 FPS, and I want the systems to do what I know it's capable of, and they just don't seem to get it. Because the frame rate mode in the PS5 version is really not rock solid 60, which is really sad.
I believe there's DRS here. It also has some level of detail concessions, so there's less detailed archways here and less detailed foliage. But in performance terms, the PS5 in this area is super wobbly in this opening kind of section between 45 and 60
see that?
FPS.
This is the
Typically,
PS5.
except in battle, where the res decreases and performance hits 60 FPS more regularly.
This is what I'm talking about. Yes, the game looks really good, but at the same time, it's only 1080p. How come the PS5 can't bring us a rock solid frame rate at 1080p? It's ridiculous.
John covered that kind of optimization strategy in his initial video. That does seem to be the case here still. But Series X is basically a locked 60 FPS in combat and during
What did I tell you? What did I tell you? I knew that was going to happen.
exploration.
But why do they have to go down to 720p to get there?
Instead of cutscenes, which run at 30 FPS on both platforms, but outside of those,
That's a bit jarring. I forgot about that. Yeah, the cutscenes in 16 run at 30 FPS locked on console. On PC, I'm not sure. It might be a little different. But on console, it's locked at 30 FPS for cutscenes. And I think that's why I also suggest playing on quality mode, just because it's consistent. You're playing game at 30 FPS, you're seeing cutscenes at 30 FPS, you're not going from 60 to 30 and having that jarring experience.
Series X is at 60 FPS. Then there's Series S, which only has one mode. It gets further level of detail reductions relative to the Series X frame rate mode. And it runs at a slightly higher resolution than the shot we keep going back to at about 792p. And it targets and generally hits 30 FPS there. So kind of more in line with what we would typically expect from a Series X.
But again, trust me when I tell you, the quality mode, while, not everybody's a big 30 FPS player, I advocate for 30 FPS if it's done well. I do, because I think it can be done well, and there's a lot of examples of it being done really well. So, and in this game, it is done very well. You get decent imagery, although with Series X, or I don't know what's going on there. You get decent imagery, and you get a rock-solid 30 FPS, and the response times, you know, input latency and stuff is actually not that bad. So, we'll go back to that. Ah, right, we're doing the... Forgot we're doing the thing. I'll keep this music going, but I'll turn the in-game music back on because, you know, it only makes sense. Alright, hold on. Can't remember if 100% is too loud. Whoop. It's been a while since I've done this. I don't remember this at all. I don't remember this beginning part. My Mage's Ballad lasts a really long time. I think I did the wrong thing there. I did the wrong thing there. There we go. One thing I love about this class is I can actually attack while I'm running around. Unlike the casting classes where you can interrupt your cast if you move. So oh, no, I thought he was gonna attack forward. That's, you know. Uh-oh. Should we have... Oh, wait, what happened? I don't remember this at all. What the hell's going on? It only encased 4 of us. Oh, there goes my... There goes my second ballad, just... Our army's paying. I genuinely don't remember this at all. I doubt they changed it. Where the hell is everybody? Why is it just 4 of us? I guess we're all separated or something, or... I really wish that ability would proc more. There you go. As soon as I say it. I just need to demand more of the game. Oh. Okay, we got it. You're forgetting about my debuffs. I have no idea what's going on, by the way. I've done this main scenario a lot, and I don't recall this section at all. Oh, yeah. Ugh. I mean, I still got out of it. That really wasn't that bad. Dude, I could have swore that this was like an 8-man thing or whatever. What the hell's going on? Where did everybody else go? What? I didn't get blasted. Hey-oh, let's go. He completely missed me. I mean, he didn't miss me. He hit me for 0. But still, might as well have just missed. Uh-oh. I guess there's nothing we can do about this one. Damn. Almost got it off.
But the Ultima weapon is all powerful.
I could have swore that the main scenario quest was like an 8-man thing.
Can his strength truly be so great?
I'm gonna have to double check that. I could have swore it was.
It is the blessing of light that confounds you.
La Breha. This guy's a dick. I am not sorry that he's gone. Spoilers.
La Brea.
Gaius van Belsa.
Your foe acts under the protection of the crystal he bears.
So, this is what empowers him.
Apparently we're to expect rain around 8 p.m.
Beyond mortal
It's 8 p.m. now,
limits.
and the clouds, I mean, it's already rained,
If
and the
you
clouds
are
are
to
moving away.
prevail, the hammer of darkness must needs be brought to bear upon the shield of light.
Again, if we could only just skip this, that'd be great.
And so it shall. For the Ultima weapon is host to a power of which you are as yet ignorant.
I'm not, I usually would go to this scene.
Plainly, Ascian.
Oh, wrong one. This scene for cutscenes, but I'm
The
not.
heart
I
of
really,
Sabik.
it's completely
It is the
pointless.
weapon's
Because I've already seen this a million
an
times.
enigma whose surface even the vaunted scholars of ancient Alec failed to scratch. The magic within has lain dormant for eons.
Of what magic?
This is
do
what
you
makes
speak?
the doing the main scenario daily so long, is that you just have to sit through these cutscenes every single time. And again, the story is
I sought
the reason you play this game.
force of the primals for no other reason but
And
in the core.
Broly, if you're still here, just to say,
Ultimate weapon
just so you know,
lies within.
it's been
now
like the
beating
last year or so that they've updated the game to a point where it's like, even when you're running dungeons, you can actually run it with NPC party members. So people who just want to go through and do things at their speed, they can.
be reborn.
So even some of the earlier dungeons that launched with the game have been converted into being giving you the capability of doing them solo, which is great.
But a sliver of
So essentially, it's like playing a regular Final Fantasy game, like a single-player Final Fantasy game, except it's an MMO. And you can play it for free all the way up to Stormblood, I think, is still the expansion. So you don't even have to pay for a subscription, as far as I know. And you see what I mean by they really like making things very bombastic. It's like, think of Dragon Ball Z. That's essentially what this portrays. Is just big and pretty colors and bright lights. I could have swore this was like an 8-man thing. This is something different. I don't remember this at all.
Such devastation! This was not my intention.
And the voice acting is top tier, so. I still haven't listened to it in Japanese, though.
It seems
I'd like
the
to.
task of keeping your champion alive has exhausted what strength you had left. Van Belsar, your enemy's shield is broken. The rest I leave to you.
We will speak later, Ascian. But first, I must deal with you. The question of who is mightier remains. Come, adventurer. Let us find the answer together.
You done talking? Take forever, why don't you? Jeez. I guess there was actually 2 main scenario quests that they put in this list. Facing Ultima is one of them. And going through basically the last actual main scenario quest of A Realm Reborn is the other one, I think. Because that's the thing I'm thinking about. I completely forgot that facing Ultima was actually one of them. You know, the question is whether or not he could have just walked there. It was literally... Do we stop him? I don't know what to do there. Whoop! I lucked out there. So to be fair, I do have... Whoop! Nope. I do have ways to get out of it. Got my little jump back ability. Or vault back, or whatever the hell it's called, I can't remember. Repelling shot, there we go. Don't worry, I'll remember the names of everything. I can't imagine trying to get the... Oh, center? I can't imagine trying to get the platinum for this game. It would take... It's mostly just time consuming rather than actually hard. Keep forgetting about my debuffs, damn it. I didn't even see those things come back out. Oh. Okay. This is a pretty cool fight, I'm not gonna lie. They're not doing too much. They're doing just enough to make it a bit stressful. Again, my debuffs. I think I'm doing pretty well for not doing this one on a regular basis. I would dare say this probably isn't going to take... This isn't taking as long as the other main scenario quest would take. Oh, you rat. I'm pretty sure that the Warden's Pain, however you say that, Warden's Pain, clears any kind of, like, debuffs on me. I could be wrong, but I have to check that again. I proc twice in a row. That's interesting. That might have been a little too early, but, you know. Limit break actually used to mean something. Sadly, it doesn't mean much these days. Keep doing that. I actually don't have my limit break on my panel anymore. Because... There you go. Because generally the... I'll give it to the tank this time. Generally the tank is usually the one who actually, like, hits it. Or one of the other melee classes. They tend to do that. So let me take a look here real quick. The main scenario at okay, a main scenario duty will be selected at random from among those you have unlocked. Successful completion will earn you far greater rewards. Cutscenes cannot be skipped, which is the problem that I have with it. Yeah, no, it's a standard 4-player thing. Huh. But it says any or a main scenario duty will be selected at random. I thought it was just the original one, but it looks like they unlocked it for everything. It could literally be anything within your level range. Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So, we got enough for the last 2 pieces, even though we're only at 56, so that's fine. Let's get the last 2 pieces here. Okay. Which is the chest. Arguably the most important. Boom. And the pants. And then we do this. Equip it. Now I look complete, thank God. Okay. That was annoying because it's like I looked like a goof. Now, I've got 605 left over. I don't know why I did that. I don't know if that's enough. I think I could... No, I can only get 2. So we can get the choker and the bracelets. Or bracelet. Okay. And then there's the bracelet of aiming. And the last one's 280, obviously. Hell yeah, dude. I don't think I've ever had this gear set. Not once. Dude, that looks so sick. I love it. Look at that. That is so cool, dude. I love the look of that. I've not had this gear set before. Ah, it's so awesome. Mostly because I've been max level. Or I was max level pretty much throughout the entirety of the campaign. Every expansion I was already max level by the time I got to it, so I've never experienced most of this gear. This is pretty sick. We only have 1 piece left to get. And me doing this was not... The point of this was not for me to get the gear. I was just doing this because I'm leveling. But it doesn't hurt to actually, you know, do that. We have the Alliance raids. We can go for 120. It won't be enough to get it, but at least we could do it. Or, I just pick one from the list here. Alright. See, if I do... Okay, this one's not a hard version, so I could do that. Keeper of the Lake. Probably just do that. Repeat it over and over again. It's 100. And we only need to do it... We only need to do it 3 times. And hopefully it doesn't take very long. 10-minute wait time. It's fine. Not a problem. Let's get into power stance. I love the way that comes out like that. I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. BRB. Sorry about that. I want to get the rest of my coffee. Perfect timing. I mean, what are the odds? That was perfect timing, eh? Wanted to finish up the rest of my coffee. Dude, I look so badass now. I love this. Oh, I remember this one. And I made myself a nice old fashioned. Yes, I know. It's weird to have the keyboard that's attached to my PlayStation over to my left. Technically, this one should be over there, but this is the one I work with, so. Yeah, I think if, this one should go relatively smoothly, I think. Shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, I remember this one. Yep. We have to hit them to one side. Maybe he'll do that. I don't know. Maybe they changed it. I don't remember that one. Used to have to hit them to one side of the arena so you don't get blown up. Maybe that's later. Is it cold yet? I love that sound. Like hydraulic powered. That Dragoon looks sick, man. Look at him. Is that the Ironworks gear set for the Dragoon? Maybe. I'll have to look. Nope. Worms Armit. Oh, Augmented Ironworks. Yeah, I was right. Hey, oh, look at that. Ow! How dare you? Do you know who I am? I am the bard to end all bards. I tell the story like it is, not how I want you to hear it. I don't know what that means. I'm trying to act tough while carrying a harp. Yeah, we had to run this just a few times, and then we got enough points for the last piece. And then we're ready to get the next gear set from Foundation. I probably had to focus down those ads, but oh well. Ah, you bastard. Not good enough. I'm probably just gonna pass on everything anyway, so because I'm not really interested in this gear. It's not good enough anyway, so. Oh, yeah. It's a good fight. This one's a really good fight. I gotta see if Army's Pain is actually a ballad or if it's just a buff. Yeah, no, that's what I thought. It's a ballad. Okay. I have got to get used to putting debuffs on enemies again. This fight, I feel like this fight's been changed too. There you go. Okay. Forgot to turn the music back on. Give me 1 second. There we go. Okay. That's one time. So we're just gonna do it a couple more times then. Just cause, you know, it's simple. A little bit of wait time, but that's okay. A little too much honey in that one. I mean, I like honey, don't get me wrong. It's quite overpowering. Oh, okay, it's over there. I gotta go to the golden chocobo and... Right? Am I just making stuff up now? Golden saucer. Golden chocobo. Gotta go to the golden saucer and sell those. But let's take a look here. Also, I completely forgot to eat food for the extra XP boost. Like, what the hell am I doing, dude? I'm gonna cut myself some slack because it's been a long time, and apparently I'm just gathering ingredients here. Actually, all this stuff has to do with, all this food has to do with, my gathering class. This one's only got a couple of buffs. Yeah, a lot of this food has to do with gathering. Never mind. There's really only a few things I can eat. Can I sell anything to these? Oh, wait. Script exchange. Collectible appraiser. Ah, yes. The collectible appraiser. That is the... That's that one. can I sell... no, actually, probably not. What about, like, a general vendor or something? Where are they? There's a regular merchant somewhere. Independent merchant. There we go. Sure. Let me just... sell that. Sell that. I don't need those. It's a part. I'll just sell a bunch of this stuff instead of discarding it. Might as well sell it for a little bit of cash. It's really not worth a lot. It's all pretty useless to me. Got all this for melding. Oh, yeah, okay, that's those things right there. Okay, let's go to the golden saucer, or the gold saucer. Get rid of these cards, sell them for MGP. Trying to keep my inventory relatively clean. Also, let's take, not the adventurer plate. Let's see. Alright, so the Maiden's Ballad, I know what this does. The Warden's Pain removes one selected detrimental effect from self or target party member. Okay, so I thought so. It's like a cleanse. Army's Pain, or Payon. I don't know how to say. Oh, this Payon and Payon. And this grants self and all party members a direct hit by 3%. This one's to cleanse, which I thought so. Increases direct hit rate of self and all nearby party members by 20%. Do I not? What the hell? Increasing critical hit rate by 2%. But why can't I do this one? This one's grayed out. Action not learned yet. From who? Huh. Do I have battle voice actually tied to anything? I don't have battle voice anywhere. Let's check my macros. 'Cause I've been leveling and not really doing much. Yep, battle voice at the end of this one. I don't know why I forgot about that. Because I see that. I see this icon right here, Barrage. And I don't think much of it. I think it's like an AoE thing. I'm an idiot. It grants prowess allowing users a straight shot and wide volley. Upon execution, straight shot will strike the selected target 3 times, while wide volley's potency will be increased by 220. This one's a recast of 120 seconds. But I should definitely hit it before. Yeah. I gotta go learn this. I'm trying to remember. Hello. Hold up. No, come back. It's wearing nothing. Let's go exchange these cards for MGP. Prize claim? Triple Triad Trader. Say that 3 times fast. Selling cards for MGP. There we go. These are all... I just want to get rid of 3 of them. Unless these are all Oh, wait. Get rid of all of them. Never mind. I already have all those cards. Curious. Oh, there she is. Dude, the Vieira are definitely the hottest class, or hottest race, for sure. The Makote are fine. Cat girls, whatever, but the Vieira. Fran from Final Fantasy XII. Hello. Can you get a weapon from here? Hold up. Try on. No, not display gear. Where is it? There we go. Dude, that looks sick. Nope. Right into my ass. Stupid hair. That's pretty cool. What about this one? That's pretty cool. Bit plain compared to the other thing. That's prize claim, but how... Yeah, okay, so it's MGP. Then you got MGP exchange. Ah, right, this is... Oh, use of the exchange service is restricted to patrons with less than 500 MGP in their possession. Additional MGP, maybe one. The newest event. Okay. Alright, so that's if you're like, hey man, you know, can you spare some so I can go play some more? It's basically just the casino giving you more money. But it's all guild-based, and I've got like 500k, so... Which is not a lot. I don't know how much it costs per MGP, but... I assume it's one MGP for one guild, so it's probably... Can I sit down at this table? Yeah! Now I'm one of the boys. Wait, come back. I didn't order. No. She just walked away without taking my order. It's okay. I have a drink. Oh, no. The ice melted too much. It's bland now. Yeah, I gotta say, the Gold Saucer events are actually a lot of fun. And if you do the right ones, I mean, or you just go in the rotation, they award you with a lot of MGP. If you win. Then you got, like, the cheap games over here. Monster Toss. Let's just do this. Oh, that was... Yeah, I have to get it in that small little spot there. Damn. This one's hard. Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. Just like a regular casino, it's designed to make you lose. Okay, I'm not paying attention at all. Alright, commence. I think I just hit it there too. You bastard. Ooh, I like this song. Plus, I'll say it again. The community on this game is just so awesome. They genuinely are. Some of the nicest people. I don't talk to them very much, but you know, like they always greet you when you get into a dungeon and stuff like that. The WoW community can be very toxic in terms of like just not welcoming to new players. That's my experience though, and that was like years ago, so maybe it's different now. I don't know, but who knows? They're definitely not as bad as the Riot community, that's for sure. I don't think anybody's as bad as the Riot community. What the hell did I get hit by? Yeah, they definitely changed this one up. It's way easier than it used to be. I'm not saying it was like super difficult before, but it was definitely annoying. Obviously, this is the wrong side. I should have gone over there. Basically wasting my damage potential. We should probably go and learn that that new ballad that I got that I didn't even know I had. Oh, I came to the right spot. Nice. This is possibly my favorite piece from this OST. It's a good boss battle. Oh, we get tombstones from the fights? I completely forgot about that. I should make a playlist of nothing but just awesome Final Fantasy battle music. And it's usually the boss themes, or the boss fight themes, that are the best battle music. You know, I think I'm gonna do that, actually. That way, if I, you know, come into a fight here, I just pop that on and it's just like, we're ready! I cleared that fence, or that railing. I wish there was just a general option to just, if you want to pass on everything, it'd be nice. The healer had quite a bit of aggro there. What the? Oh. He got caught back there with the cutscene. Adidas. That's actually a pretty funny name. Oh, he's back here. Good, they're quick. They're close enough to actually do quick knock. At least I'm second in single target damage. I may not be good at groups, but I'm good at single target. Oh, I got Spirit Bond with most of my stuff. This is good. At 245. Oh my god, we're so close. One more. We got one more run of that, and then we're good. Then we'll get the last piece. Okay, I wanted to take a look at... so apparently the new Fantastic Four movie is actually pretty good, so... I don't know if I'll see it in theaters, but I'll watch it once it comes out on streaming. I don't know if it's a theater movie, you know what I mean? Let's take a look at this. Be promoted to the rank of captain in one of the 3 grand companies. I wish I could, if I knew how to do that. Apparently I didn't do the Binding Coil of Bahamut yet. Huh. I didn't know that. That should be pretty straightforward. I wonder what the most rare trophy is. Complete Dunskaith. Complete the tower at Paradigm's Breach. Hold on. What the hell is Dunskaith? Oh, I forgot we were watching the Digital Foundry thing. It's a level 60 raid. In Heaven's Word. Be over here. Oh, there it is. Dude, there's like... Wow. I did all of the Alexander stuff. Nope. Didn't do the Savage variant. I just feel like I'm gonna get my ass beat in Savage variants. That's why I never do them. Did those. There's the Binding Coil of Bahamut. I still can't believe I didn't do that one. We'll have to do that. Trophies, baby, trophies. That's what we're here for, mostly. Alright. While we wait, quick bathroom break. Be right back. Okay. Let's go back to Mordon. Actually, no. Let's go to Foundation. And take a look at what we're going to need for the next gear set. Well, at least they got the base. Okay, so it looks like we do need... Well, we've got our pick, apparently. We got primal gear, but that requires whatever those are. So what we're looking for is this gear here, which takes Tomestones of Poetics. Wow, that looks pretty cool. So, what are we looking at for the gear set? Like a dragon. So I'm guessing I'm gonna probably look like one. Nope, that is. Well, I mean, it's got the dragon symbol, but it's not what I expected. But that's basically what it looks like. You're like, you know, scaly. But it takes tomestones, and it's item level 240, whereas this is like kind of all over the place, but it looks like it's primarily just... We got different bows, Heaven's Word helm fragments, and hive totems, expanse totems. What we would need... Let me take a look. How do you get these? Expanse totem. It's in a duty. It's a trial. Apparently. Which is weird. But it's the extreme variant of that trial. And the drop on these... That's the expanse totem. So, how about the hive totem? The Thok asked Thok trial. So it looks like they just dropped from trials and stuff. Heaven's Word Helm Fragment. The Minstrel's Ballad, Thornton's Reign. Not any... It's just a standard version. Not like the, you know... the extreme version or anything like that. So it's basically all just all trials. That's Dawntrail. Okay. So it's all... I'm guessing Heaven's Word. There's Thok as Thok. Right? Apparently you get this stuff from here. I didn't know you get anything from there. But this one... Minstrel's Ballad. Right there. Oh, no, but it has to be Thornton's Reign. So that's going to be probably Heaven's Word, yeah. There it is. So, you get these things from trials. Again, I didn't know you got stuff from trials, so that's pretty cool. It kind of, that'll break up, you know, the grinding of the dungeons and stuff like that, which is pretty good. Won't have to grind just dungeons, but we got trials we can grind, which are shorter. You just go in, you beat a boss, and that's it. It's gonna be fun. It's funny, though, that I'm doing my Bard. And Jeremy's actually... I think his primary character on WoW is his Hunter. That was completely unintentional. The fact that we ended up basically playing the same class. Let's see. Where do I need to go? It was... Here we go. On the road again. So this is... This is the quest that I need to do to get... to get my, get the next ability, I think. Right there. Oh, right, we're in Gridania, dummy. Now, the funniest part about this game is that they've unlocked the frame rate to be able to go up to 120 if you have a compatible monitor and stuff. I don't see the point, because as you saw in really populated areas, it's just gonna kill the frame rate. They do have a means of locking the frame rate in, though, which is kind of nice, but you can limit it to 30 FPS. And while, you know, input latency on a game like this really doesn't make it sense or make a difference, it's a bit weird to try and get used to this after being at 60 FPS and higher for a while. I could do it. It's just I don't see the reason to. Now, if I was on my 4K TV, it would make sense because that already automatically locks into 30 FPS. Well, not true. It actually does. It's an uncapped frame rate, but if you don't if you don't enable dynamic resolution or lower enable low detail models on distant objects, the frame rate's pretty much just going to sit around 30 FPS or so. I do kind of wish that they would actually allow me to limit maybe to 40 FPS. But, it's whatever. Alright, these cutscenes I don't care about because they're job cutscenes or whatever. They're relatively insignificant. Like, I'm glad they went to the trouble of, you know, making them into cutscenes, but they're not voiced or anything. I don't know if that... I mean, we're at a 15-minute wait time. We just need to do this one thing one more time. So I think we'll just chill. We'll chill for a second here. I'm gonna refresh my drink. Be right back. Nice to see my chat box actually working on that screen there. How long is this OST? Oof, it's actually got a lot. Holy crap, dude, I didn't realize this OST was this long. It's got 181 tracks. What the hell, dude? Alright. We're okay. 18 minutes. I guess we'll just go ahead. Hawthorne Hut's been basically the location for all of my class-specific quests here. The gear I'm wearing now actually kind of makes me sort of match my mount. That's pretty cool. aiding him by patting him on the back. It's okay, guy. Not everybody's born to be a winner. It's okay to suck every once in a while. Damn it. Dude, she looks sick. Look at her. She looks kind of like a doll or something. Like a porcelain doll. Are these two players? Yeah. That's pretty cool. We just need to do this dungeon one more time. I don't know why it's taking so long. Though, to be fair, I literally could have probably just done the random daily, or the duty roulette. I could have literally done this, and I'd still get the tombstones for doing this specific dungeon. I just did, I just picked one because it's 100 every time you do it. The downside, of course, is it takes longer to find a group for it. Ishgard. Well, what do you know? I have to go there anyway. That's where I was anyway, I should say. Barcodes will be able upon reaching level 52. Well, I did. So, the question is, how do I get this new ability, though? Well, actually, the level of that ability is 52, so probably get it by doing this. Yep, there it is. That's a pretty cool mount. Probably paid for it. They're not even fighting them. polar bears are just standing there taking it. Defend yourself, bears! Alright, finally. Keep in mind, this gear we can't get until level 60, so it's fine. I was hoping to get this gear set done before we got to level 60. I mean, hell, here's the thing. I probably should have been doing the trials this whole time, just so I could prepare and get the currency for the next set. Or get the tombstone set. I'll have to go through the list and see which one I want. He's saying half of his high-level runs are this dungeon. Well, you probably don't have enough dungeons unlocked. That's probably why you're seeing this one the most. That's a problem I ran into. That's not what I want to do. Dude, he's already dead? Holy crap, dude. That... I think... was that, Dancer? Samurai. Yeah, that makes sense. I love this, man. I just... Like, I love Battlefield, don't get me wrong. It's one of my favorite franchises ever. And I love the competitiveness of it, obviously. But it's kind of nice just to sit back and chill and just, you know, get levels and stuff without any kind of major stress. Self-induced stress, to be fair. It's all self-induced, obviously. That goes away. What? I was out of that, you bitch. You kidding me? Somebody's not voting on stuff. Someone's not casting their lot, damn it. And you know, the best part about this music is it's very Nobuo Uematsu. Like, they really... The composers that they've had for 15 and 16 really nailed their own sound, but also making it sound like it belongs in Final Fantasy, which I'm really happy about. Which basically means that they did Nobuo Uematsu proud. Because, like, it sounds like music that he would make. And it's awesome. Big fan of the soundtrack for 15. Big fan of the soundtrack for 16. Like, they haven't really missed. 13 was a bit of a slow burn. I had to get used to 13's soundtrack, but I warmed up to it eventually over the years. It actually turns out to be a pretty good soundtrack. This is the good, like, honestly, a really good thing about just farming one dungeon is that you get used to it so much so that, like, you don't even really think about what you have to do. You kind of just see things on the screen and you know innately what to do. That's what I like about running a single dungeon and farming currency from it. Just because I get so used to the rotation of abilities from the boss that it's just like I almost never get hit from the abilities. Obviously, there's some that you just can't avoid, but for the most part, I would say, like, it's just so cool knowing exactly what you're supposed to do. Somehow, even though I am putting out the damage, I am still fourth. I'm doing the least amount. I mean, The samurai just kicks the crap out of me anyway, no matter what class I play. So it makes sense, but at the same time, it's like, damn, you know, I'm doing a lot of. I don't know if I'm critting a lot, but you know, I'm definitely doing a lot of work here, and I'm still not even coming close. I didn't want that. Still not coming close to what the samurai is putting out. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna finish unlocking this ability here. Okay. We're gonna go back, get the last piece of the ironworks, and then we're going to I might call it a night. But what I'm gonna need to do is I'm gonna need to farm either farm the trials so I can get some of the other gear types, or like I said, we're gonna go back and we're gonna see which ones we kind of, you know, we want to go for. I imagine getting those pieces or those currency types from the trials is probably going to be a lot more of a burden than trying to get the tomestones, but we'll see. We shall see. Oh, man. I gotta stop sitting like that. It's bad for my back. Not him, you dummy. Oh my god. Pick the guy that's right in front of you. Boom. Got it. Song gauge expanded. Singing the Wanderer's Minuet will display the action's corresponding song gauge, indicating the effect's time remaining. Okay. If the repertoire effect is triggered while the Wanderer's Minuet is being sung, the action Pitch Perfect will become available. The potency of Pitch Perfect increases according to the number of repertoire stacks. The action's corresponding song gauge, indicating the effect's remaining time, or time remaining. I'm not quite sure what that means. Okay. If the repertoire effect is triggered while Army's Paean is being sung, the bard is going to reduce weapon skill cast time and recast time, right? I mean, this comes with something different. But okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. Swap this here. Swap that there. Actually, that there. Okay. Get rid of this. I don't need that. Okay. Now, I'm thinking about doing a macro that just runs through all of my ballads, right? because there's no downside to doing any of them. All right, you got the Mage's Ballad, which increases for me and my party members damage dealt by 1%. But it also has an added bonus of refreshing my Bloodletter and Reign of Death faster. As you can see, additional effect, 80% chance to grant repertoire. This effect can trigger repeatedly while singing the Mage's Ballad, reduces, and the repertoire effect is reduces the recast time of Bloodletter and Reign of Death. Okay. The repertoire effect on this one is reduces weapon skill cast time and recast time, spell cast time and recast time, and auto attack delay by 4%. Can be stacked up to 4 times, can only be executed while in combat. Okay. And it's an 80% chance, so it's like, you know, maybe once every 2 refreshes or whatever. Okay, so for the Wanderer's Minuet, the repertoire effect allows execution of pitch perfect, whatever that means. Wait, what the hell is pitch perfect? Ah, there it is. It's a new ability I forgot to put on here. Delivers an attack to the target and all enemies nearby it. It's a AoE attack. I see. Potency varies with the number of repertoire stacks. So that's something I have to be aware of. Dealing full damage for the first enemy and 50% less for all enemies remaining, or all remaining enemies. So if I have 3 stacks, if I wait for 3 stacks, I hit for 360. So this is more of an AoE ability. Which kind of sucks because I already have Quick Knock. And later on I'll have it's Layden's Bite. But the recast time on this is 1 second. But it can only be executed when Wanderer's Minuet. Okay, that's fine. I'm probably going to get rid of... I'm probably going to get rid of my healing ability. Because, I mean, in a group, I'm not really going to use it. That's second wind right here. Leg graze. Afflicts target with heavy plus 40%. I should make a macro. Just running through a whole bunch. Maybe. This is pointless because if I hit the boss with it, once he gets damaged, it becomes unbound. So it's like, what's the point? Interrupts the use of target's action, which I have yet to come across any situation where I have to like interrupt an ability. I know back in the day with World of Warcraft, that was such a big deal. Like in a lot of boss fights, you had to know when to interrupt. I really haven't come across that in this game. This game is not about interrupting. It was very strange. So, I think really leg graze is the only thing that I could use from this. So, yeah, screw it. Second wind. I mean, if I'm in a group, I'm going to get healed. Allegedly. So, not bad. Okay, so what is the recast? I'll get 120 seconds here. 120 seconds here. 120 seconds here. Okay. So... you can only have one ballad at a time, right? This lasts for 45 seconds. This lasts for 45 seconds. This lasts for... So I think the ballads all last for the same amount of time. So if, let's say I make a macro and I tell it, cast this, wait 45, cast the next one, wait 45, cast the next one. The problem is that I then have to wait. Do I? So 45, that's 90 seconds, plus 45. You know, when I think about it, I may not have to wait. As long as I put Mage's Ballad as the icon, I'll know when that's refreshed. I might have an idea here. Okay. Because what does Wanderer's Minuet do? Right, allows execution of pitch perfect. Right. So what I'm thinking is, if I make a macro, I make Mage's Ballad the icon. That way I know when Mage's Ballad is refreshed. And then I can cast it again. Obviously, I wait till the bar is finished. And I cast again. By that time, it goes back through the rotation. Let's say I go Army's Paeon as the second one, which I'm going to do. Once this one's done the second time around, this should already be ready. Now that's granted if I can actually make a macro like that. I already got a name for this. Hold on. Oh, I can't do it. Oh, man. We'll call it Ballad Rot. One, because I'm just cycling through the stuff, and Rot short for rotation. Okay. I'm wondering if I can wait 45 seconds. Or if the wait limit has, or wait time has a limit. Let's see, real quick. How long can I wait for in Final Fantasy 14 macro? Maximum delay of 60 seconds. All right, there you go. So I can do it. Nice. We're making this macro, baby. Makes my life easier. Right? Yeah. Paeon. Right. Okay. Oh, Wanderer's what? Not Ballad. Sorry. Wanderer's Minuet. Let's not screw this up now, shall we? Okay. There we go. So now we have a macro for all of my songs. Mage's Ballad Army's Paean, and Wanderer's Minuet. And then once the last song gauge finishes, we're good to go. Set to hotbar, and we're going to put it on down. I think that's fine. Okay. That way I just go through the rotation of my songs, and that should be fine. And now that I know that Pitch Perfect doesn't activate until Wanderer's Minuet. Because, to be fair, in a boss fight, you kind of want to run through your songs, right? Give yourself a boost, and your teammates a boost. The whole time. You want to try and keep it going. So, not bad. Not bad at all. Nice. I think we're doing some pretty good stuff here. Ooh. Delivers an attack with a potency of 240. Recast time of 15 seconds. Does this replace something? Imperial Arrow? Would that replace Bloodletter? No. Let's take a look real quick. There it is. It's just an extra attack, it looks like. Bloodletter is 15-second cast time. Or recast time, same thing. The only difference is, of course, Bloodletter has 2 charges. This is a single charge. Could probably make a macro with it. Or put it in a macro that I've already got. So, for example, I could put it in this macro. This one right here. It's the debuff macro, but I could put it in there if I wanted to, I suppose. You know, it's a 15-second cast time, though, so that may be something that I might want to use. I could put it in place of repelling shot. Put that over there, and we'll save the triangle spot for Imperial Arrow. Oops. All right. I think that's going to do it for this evening, though, because I think we got a lot done. We got... Oh, sorry. Not yet. We got to go back and get our last piece. That's the whole point we were doing this. Let's get the last piece. We have a full gear set. I'll have a full gear set. Where am I? I was not aware of my surroundings. Not her. Jeez. There's no point in doing that. Okay. Boom. Hey. Character. Equip it. Save it. Mend it. Okay. So, actually, we're going to do one trial run and see how that works. But I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. Be right back. Okay, so last thing we're gonna do. We're gonna try out these trials. Because I've never done these before. We only have access to this one and this one. Balls. Interesting. Well, okay, so these require level 60, but these don't. Let's go back. Oops. Let's go back to Foundation and take a look at the pieces of gear that we're looking to get. I don't remember if you get XP for doing trials. I just know that generally you don't get any items for doing trials. But according to the internet, which is always correct, and this is just the bow. Like, this isn't like, you know, anything crazy. The Expanse Totem, or we get the Hive Totem, and those are the first two. Bro, look at that beast of a freaking bow, man. Look at that thing. That one looks sick too. Like, this is gonna be a hard... That's gonna be a hard choice. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that looks sick. Bow of Sephiroth? Excuse me? That one's okay. I wouldn't say this one's as nice as the other two. Horde bow. Oh, come on, dude. Look at that thing. Now, the Horde Totem. Minstrel's Ballad, Nidhogg. So, yeah. A lot of this stuff is going to be trials that I can't even do yet. Because you need an item level, and you need to be the right level, so on and so forth. So it's really just going down the list, essentially. And I can do either one of these two. But let's pick one. And really it comes down to which one's cooler. The Expanse longbow or the Hive bow? I mean... That's pretty sick, I'm not gonna lie. And it's better. It's better than this one. In terms of physical damage, it has one more physical damage, so... I might actually have to go with that one. We'll do the Hive bow. So, let's find out. Hive Totems. We have to do this one. But the extreme variant. So never mind, we're not doing it. It specifically has to be the extreme variant. That's so lame. That's right here. Level 60 and item level 75. But it says the reward is 15 tomestones. What? Maybe you get those and the item? Let's just... Screw it. Let's just do this and see what we get out of it. Probably nothing, but... 14 minutes? I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really feeling like sitting here for 14 minutes waiting for that. As much as I'd like to see whether or not this is true, because, I mean, you guys are seeing it. It says 15 tomestones for doing this. So I'm guessing you get the item after or something like that. But I'm really not feeling like waiting for 15 minutes or 14 minutes. Oh well. I was hoping it wasn't going to be that long, but remember what I said. If you're looking for specific dungeons and trials, it's generally going to take longer than actually looking for the daily roulette, because then it's going through the entire list of trials and dungeons that you have available to you. But, you know what? Still, I look like a badass now, dude. I got the full Ironworks gear set. That bow is so sick, man. I love it. And, I mean, I love the gear in this game, but if I ever end up with a gear set that's not really great looking, I can always transmog to this, which I might. But that's gonna do it for me tonight, guys. Thank you all so much for joining me. I appreciate your time and attention as always. You guys are awesome. Even if you're lurking, I don't care. Lurk away. If I'm your background noise, I'll take that as a compliment. At least at that point, I know I'm better than Drake. And please join me again on Monday. I think we're going to continue on with Expedition 33 on Monday. So, definitely come on back for that. Again, 7 p.m. Okay. Standard time. It's our standard time. And, I'm really excited for continuing on with Expedition 33. It's a great game so far, and I can't wait to finish it. Hopefully with you guys enjoying the story with me. But until then, I'm Adam Wolf. This is Final Fantasy XIV, and I'll see you guys later.